Yo, what's going on, FG fam? Welcome to another episode of the Miami Marlins franchise here on MLB The Show 21. This is episode number 29, and we are taking a look at hot pitchers Max Meyer in the majors and Nicholas Boucher in AAA. Didn't mean to make that rhyme, but both pitchers have been off to hot starts this season. This is going to take us right up to the All-Star break, so you won't want to miss any of it, so don't go anywhere. Welcome everybody to South Beach Park here in Miami, Florida, as the 39-25 Marlins play host to the 40-25 Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles playing really well this season. They've passed up the Marlins in the MLB total standings here, and Max Meyer getting a chance to start against this club. 4-1 with a 2.53 ERA and a 1.20 whip. That one loss we actually saw in a full-length game against the Cubs. Here a little CPU action, and Max Meyer's first batter grounding right back to him for out number one in the first inning. Then Carlos Sepulveda on a full count. A shallow fly ball, this one an infield fly over to Javi Baez, who takes care of it for out number two. So with two gone in the top of the first, it's Rio Ruiz in that three-hole, and he gets underneath one. That one going right over to Javi Baez as well. He takes care of it, and we are through the first half of the first inning. So we take a look at Charlie Morton, who will take the mound for the Baltimore Orioles. He is 4-3 this season with a 3.50 ERA and a 1.20 whip. Jake Cronenworth leading off for the Marlins, and this one is a fly ball into center field, about average depth, and that one is caught out in center for the first out of the bottom of the inning. Here's Morton now up against Anderson, and Anderson ripping one into center field right into the glove of the center fielder out there for out number two. Here's Mike Trout on a 2-2 count. He's taking one the other way, opposite field. That one's a fly ball, however, and it is caught. So we are through one here at South Beach Park, and we are scoreless. Into the top of the second, it's Kyle Schwarber leading off in that cleanup spot, and he will go down swinging at the slider down low. Max Meyer's first strikeout of the game. Brandon Wagner now lacing one into right field, and what a glove by Michael Conforto. Look at this damn thing. The route efficiency, absolutely perfect to be able to get over and make that play. Now Chance Sisco up at the plate. He takes one looking to go down and end the top half of the second inning. Here it comes Eloy Jimenez in the bottom half, and he gets a shallow fly ball ranging over to make the play at short, and that is caught for the first out. Orioles are 40-24, first in the AL East. Here is a ground ball, and that one thrown on to first base. For out number two, Michael Conforto goes down. Here's Javi Baez, batting .277 on the season. He hits a fly ball over to third base. That one another pop fly. A lot of them here in this game. Morton and Meyer getting through two innings unscathed. So we go to the top half of the third inning. Phillip Ervin to lead off. And here's a ground ball over to second. Nicely played and thrown on to first for out number one. Meyer gets one down, and Bobby Witt Jr., a newer acquisition for this Orioles club. He hits a grounder over to third. That is taken care of. Nice little grab. Here's a ground ball down to first base. This one flipped over to Meyer, and it is an out. So that'll be done with the third inning. We go through to the bottom half of the inning for the Marlins to come up. We'll see what they can do in this half of the inning at home. Charlie Morton is going to pitch this one. This one's hit out to left field, and getting under it and making the play for out number one. Nice range by the left fielder on that one. That puts one away in the bottom of the third. Jorge Alfaro, the 8th hole hitter. He's batting .241 on the season. He takes one for strike 3, just letting it go. Charlie Morton gets a big strikeout here to put 2 away. Max Meyer now at the plate. Not much of a hitter, batting .087. He takes one as well to end the 3rd inning completely. And still no hits in the ball game here at South Beach Park. Into the top half of the 4th, Kyle Stowers up to bat, and he hits this one. Shallow fly ball, ranging back as the shortstop. Very nice play, and out number 1. So here is Carlos Sepulveda again. He hits a ground ball over to shortstop. Javi Baez makes the throw onto first for out number 2. Rio Ruiz, the 3-hole guy, on a full count with 2 away, and he goes down swinging. Max Meyer gets another strikeout. So we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Here's Jake Cronenworth to lead it off. He strikes out on the fastball, 95 miles an hour, up and out of the zone. A 3rd strikeout for Morton. Here's Brian Anderson on a full count. He takes one and just sits there looking at it. He goes down on Morton's 4th strikeout of the game. Here's Mike Trout. He's 0 for 1 so far. Obviously, everybody pretty much is. He barely gets any ball on that one, and the catcher, Chance Sisco, throwing it on to first to end the inning. We go into the 5th. A full count here. True pitchers duel, and Kyle Schwarber gets the absolute first hit of this ball game in the top of the 5th on Max Meyer's 56th pitch of the game. Here's one going up the middle. A 2nd straight hit for the Orioles. Might they do some damage here with nobody away and 2 on? Chance Sisco hits a grounder over to first. Nice play here. Back over to the first baseman, and that's actually Max Meyer covering. So Bradley over to second, back over to Meyer covering for the double play ball. They got a runner in scoring position and a full count, and this infield fly over to Bradley at first base is going to do it for the top of the 5th. So Meyer gets through that one without giving up any runs. We'll be right back. To the bottom of the 5th we go. It is Eloy Jimenez here, and he will go down swinging on the slider away, and the pass ball will be thrown on to first to confirm the out. Here's Michael Conforto up at the plate now, and he hits a dribbler back at the pitcher. That one actually gets over to second base, but the shift gets it done perfectly. Out number 2 in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Javi Baez. He's got a 2-2 count up against Morton, and he hits the grounder up the middle. That one into center field, and it is taken care of to prevent any further bases from being taken. But there's the first hit of the game for the Marlins. Doesn't matter, though, because Bradley goes down on a check swing. He is out, and we are through 5 at South Beach Park, still scoreless in this ball game. We'll be right back. Here we go. Max Meyer up against Bobby Witt, and Witt goes down swinging on the slider away. Perfect pitch selection there for Meyer's 4th strikeout. Charlie Morton up at the plate. They're going to keep him in. Why not? Both these pitchers pitching really well, but Morton goes down for Meyer's 5th strikeout. Here's Kyle Stowers bringing it back to the top of the order. He just sits there and looks at it. Max Meyer strikes out the side in the 6th inning. And we got Jorge Alfaro up at the plate in the bottom of the 6th. He goes down swinging on the 85-mile-an-hour splitter. That's Morton's 7th K of the game. Here up against Max Meyer, staying in the ball game, and Meyer looking like it's a base hit into center field for the pitcher, Max Meyer. If you can't get it done, do it yourself is his motto today. Here's Jake Cronenworth. This one's a shallow fly ball into left. It is taken care of. Meyer will retreat back to first. Brian Anderson up at the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the game. He's got a full count, and he lets this one go. This time it's a walk. Haven't seen many of those today, actually. We haven't seen any of them. First walk of the game. That'll bring up Mike Trout, and Yusmeiro Petit is going to come in to pitch this one. He's 3-0 in his 24 games this season, a 2.91 ERA. He's had more success against right-handed batters than left-handed batters. We'll see what they can do here. Mike Trout, and again, that success against right-handed batters is why he was brought in this situation. and he gets Trout down. That'll bring in Randy Dobnak to relieve Max Meyer. Don't know why you wouldn't have pinch hit for Max Meyer. He did get the hit, though, so I guess you can't really argue with it. But a 2.62 ERA for Dobnak facing Sepulveda. This one's a chopper over back to Dobnak, who throws it on to first for out number 1. Rio Ruiz up at the plate here on a 2-2 count, and he swings at the inside slider looking silly. He goes down for out number 2. Dobnak's first strikeout. Here's Kyle Schwarber. He's 1 for 2 on the game. They appeal down, but that is going to be a walk, and Schwarber will reach first base. Here's Brandon Wagner. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Remember, Schwarber and Wagner went back-to-back off of Meyer and base hits. Here's a fly out to right field. Conforto will be there to handle it, and we are through the middle of the 7th. It's the 7th inning stretch at South Beach Park. We're back here for Eloy Jimenez, who goes down on the high fastball from Yusmero Petit. And that's out number 1 in the bottom half of the 7th. Here's Conforto up at the plate, looking for something from one of these big bats in this Marlins lineup, and it's not going to happen here. A ground out over to short for Conforto. Here's Javi Baez. He's 1 for 1 and 2 count, and he goes down on the slider away to end this 7th inning. We will be right back for the 8th and the 9th here at South Beach. We're back, and Chance Sisco leading off the top of the 8th inning off of Dobnak, and he's doing it with an absolute rocket ship to right field. 425 feet, nearly a 108 mile an hour exit velocity, and Chance Sisco may have hit the only run of the game right there. We will have to find out. Here's Phillip Ervin up at the plate, and he hits a grounder down to the first base line. That's Bradley making the play there, stepping on the bag for out number 1. A full count up against Bobby Witt. He sits there taking it. He thinks it's a walk, but it is not. It is strike 3. He's down. He's out. Here's Ray Guillen, and Guillen, nice diving stop for Brian Anderson, and the throw onto first is great. Brian Anderson with a web gem. We've seen a couple of them from this Marlins defense, Conforto and Anderson, so far today. Here comes Tanner Scott, 2.84 ERA for him in his 14 appearances this year. He's 3-0. He's yet to blow anything open, and he's going to look to take down the 7, 8, and 9 hitters here in the 8th. Here's Bobby Bradley. He goes down swinging on the slider that was pretty much right down the middle. He just couldn't connect with it. Here's Jorge Alfaro. He's been a hero in the past episode. If you didn't check it out, make sure you do that after this one. But here, no heroics from him in this one as Alfaro goes down swinging. Kyle Seager, there's his season so far. He'll come in to pinch hit against Scott, and he hits a grounder over to short, but covered by the third baseman with the shift, and that will end the 8th inning. Beautiful play on defense. We're through 8. It is 1-0, and a big 9th inning coming up. Garrett Crochet is going to pitch the top half for the Miami Marlins. It'll be his 20th appearance of the season. He's near a 6 ERA. He's really struggled against righties. But here he'll face a lefty in Kyle Stowers, and he's going to go down. Stowers is going to get stowed back away over in the dugout with a 102-mile-an-hour fastball. Here's Sepulveda on a 2-2 count. And the 102-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle gets him. Crochet with 2 straight strikeouts. Can he make it 3 on Ruiz? Yes, sir, with the slider away, getting Rio Ruiz. So we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Marlins. They're going to have to do it against the former Marlin, Roberto Osuna. 18 of 22 on his save opportunities. 2.19 ERA. He's not allowed an average of 200 or more against any side of the plate this year. He gets started right away on Jay Cronenworth with a strikeout. You can see AL leaders in saves. Osuna's up there. He's top 4 in the American League. We'll see if he can close another one out here. It's Brian Anderson, and he's going to ground one over to third base, quickly getting after it and throwing on to first to get the second out of the inning. So the Orioles 1 out away from stealing one here on the road at South Beach Park. It's Mike Trout, and this is a high fly ball out to left field. You would like to see Trout come up with a clutch hit, but he just could not get it done. And the Orioles, off of 1 solo home run in this game, going to come away with a 1-0 win. A true pitcher's duel. That's why I wanted to put this together in full computer style for you guys. Just totally go commentary hard on this thing. Wanted to give you guys my all on this one, so let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. We've got a lot more episodes to go, though, so don't go anywhere. Charlie Morton, 5 2/3 in this one, will get player of the game. 7 strikeouts, no runs allowed. Yusmeiro Petit actually ends up getting the W. Chance Sisco was the one with the solo shot, his 6th of the season. Morton gets his ERA down to 3.17. Max Meyer doesn't give up anything in his 6 innings. He just had 6 strikeouts. His ERA goes down to 2.32. We got some critical situations to get through the rest of this episode. We are going to be doing that. We also have another full game for you, so stay tuned. Miami Marlins up 1-0, looking to close this thing out against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Syndergaard couldn't do it last episode, if you remembered. He was going for a complete game shutout against the Cardinals, ended up blowing the game open and losing. Here he gets the first out. Now Rowdy Tellez. This one right back over to Syndergaard. Thrown on to first for the second out. So he's an out away from getting that complete game shutout. And it's Eduardo Escobar at the plate. And he launches Syndergaard's 104th pitch all the way out to right center field for a grand total of 457 feet. That is his 10th home run of the season, and it ties the ball game at 1. So Syndergaard, again, not going to get a complete game shutout. He's still there. Carson Kelly's going to hit this deep out to center field, but Mike Trout is actually there to make the play, and he will to end the 9th inning. So we go into extras. It's Alfaro, and he gets the base knock to be a little bit of a hero here. The throw to the plate is not in time. Bobby Bradley scores. The Marlins take the lead in the top half of the 10th, and looking to shut it down is actually Alexis Sanchez in this one. It is thrown high and inside for out number 1. Shallow over to Conforto. He makes the play. So now, second batter, Tim LaCastro. He's very fast. You make sure you got to get him off the base paths, and they do. But the tying run is over at third. Tucker Barnhart going to pinch hit in this one to try to bring that runner home. He's got 3 home runs on the season, and he's batting .288, and this one is traveling deep, but just shy of the warning track for Mike Trout to end the ball game. And the Marlins, Noah Syndergaard ended up blowing it open there, going into extra innings where we didn't need to be, but it was Alexis Sanchez nailing down after the Jorge Alfaro RBI, so I guess it works out. Alfaro and Conforto with the 2 RBIs on the ball game for us. Escobar, of course, with that solo shot. We end up winning both of the remaining games against Arizona to get the sweep after our 2-game getting swept against the Orioles with a 4-1 total. Now in danger of getting swept by the Dodgers. We actually do get swept by the Dodgers. Most of those close games, with the exception of the first one. Taking a look at our Jumbo Shrimp here. They are kind of struggling throughout this season. The Jumbo Shrimp are 31-36 to this point. Going up against the Nashville Sounds here this weekend. We'll likely jump into a game with them in this episode as well. Very long episode for you guys here today. Hope you enjoy the extra work that went into it, but here we go. Nicholas Boucher on the mound. This should be a good one here in Nashville at Barnes Canyon Ballpark, as the Nashville Sounds at 40-30 will be taking on our Jumbo Shrimp, who have still yet to really eclipse that 500 mark on the season. They'll have to try to get a win here against Zach Brown, who's having a pretty darn good year. 6-2 on the year, 2.44 ERA, 1.11 whip. Not bad at all here in AAA. And we'll see if Nicholas Boucher can live up to what he has done so far this season. He's 3-5, but he has a 2.13 ERA with a 1.03 whip, so he's been very, very good, just not really getting the run support. Maybe giving up 1 run while the other teams are giving up none, and he's going up against another really good pitcher here today. Miles Hughesby, who we expected to see in the major leagues here getting a base hit. in the bottom of the 4th inning. We expected to see him in the majors, but here he is in the minors for the Nashville Sounds. Opportunity for a double play is completely baffled and bobbled by Jazz Chisholm. So instead, we have bases loaded here in the bottom of the 4th. There's a nice catch out in center, and the throw to the plate is going to be in time. Wonderful, unorthodox double play for this Jumbo Shrimp team. Riley Green with a monster throw from center, but instead, look at this, down at third base, Bobby Robinson cannot come up with the play at third, and Nashville will get the first run of the game anyway. Nicholas Boucher still on the mound, 65 pitches in. Here's Luis Urias. He will get one right up the middle, and that is going to drive another run home. Another great throw to the plate from Riley Green, but this time just not in time. So Nicholas Boucher gives up 2 early on. He does strike out Zach Brown just sitting there taking a peek. So now Tim Lopez in the bottom of the 5th going to get a base hit into center field. They're going to attempt to score again. Here's Riley Green with another rocket throw to the plate. Very accurate, just, again, not in time. So 3-0, Nashville on top. Bobby Robinson trying to make up for some bad defense with hopefully some good offense, and this time it is a shallow catch out in left field. Top of the 6th, J.J. Bleday with one down the first baseline, and that is taken care of. That'll bring in Mitch Navarro trying to hold this lead. He's 5 of 6 on save opportunities for the season. Top of the 7th in this one with the bases loaded. This one right up the middle into center field. That will bring 2 home. First 2 runs for the Jumbo Shrimp cross the plate and make it a 1-run game for Riley Green, who is looking to maybe bring in some more, tie this thing up, but instead a shallow fly to center is taken care of. Durbin Feltman will come into the game to pitch here for the Jumbo Shrimp. He's not having the greatest of seasons, pretty mediocre, and this is why. Giving up some big hits throughout the year. This one's going to go for extra bases. A triple, a leadoff triple in the bottom of the 7th could be trouble for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Tim Lopez again coming up, and this a deep fly ball to center field. It's enough for sacrifice, and no throw really coming from center field. So an easy run for the Sounds. They're up 4-2. Bobby Robinson, like I said, trying to make up for some bad defense with some good offense. This time, his laser shot goes into left center field and will go all the way up against the wall. He will try for a triple, and he will be in there. Leadoff triples, back-to-back leadoff triples here in the bottom of the 7th and the top of the 8th, for one for each of these teams, and this will be a sacrifice fly as well. Throw to the plate, not in time, as Robinson slides head first and gets it back to a 1-run game. Here's Ben Guillen. Up the middle, it hits the pitcher, thrown onto first to get him anyways for 1 out in the top of the 9th. Here's Roldani Baldwin. He's going to hit a ground ball, and shortstop, tough play, bobbles it, and safe. So the first baseman cannot come up with the play, and that's going to give Brandon Hernandez a pinch hit opportunity. The user prospect batting .288 on the season. See if he can come up big, and he does. He pulls one into left center field. That one all the way up against the wall, careens off the wall to the center fielder, and it will drive home the tying run of this ball game. So 4-4 after that RBI double. Here comes Riley Green. He's been playing well all game, but this one, very good range by the center fielder to make the play. So Thad Ward coming in to pitch now for the Jumbo Shrimp. He's been very good against righties. That's what he gets to face here in his first batter, and the throw on to first is in time. We get through the 9th inning. We go to extras. Here we go again. Another gapper here by the Jumbo Shrimp. This time going to bring home the free runner from second and leave a runner on first with nobody away. Jazz Chisholm comes up with 2 outs and that runner on third, and there is a base hit RBI single for Jazz Chisholm to make it a 2-run lead for the Jumbo Shrimp. They just need Ryan Muller to close it down. He's blown 5 saves this year. He's 12 out of 17 in his save opportunities. Going up against Lucas Irseg. I feel like we're always playing this guy in every franchise mode. but there he goes down looking. Then a base hit that'll bring the free runner home. Maybe a little more than that. They get a double out of it with a little bit of confusion out in the outfield. Here's Doug Cloven. He's going to hit one down the left field line and high and fly for the final out of the game as the Jumbo Shrimp make an incredible comeback, down 3-0 in this one. And they get it done with 6 runs in the final 4 innings of this, outscoring Nashville 6-2 in those final 4 innings. Ryan Muller gets player of the game. Thad Ward ends up with the win. Muller, of course, with the save. Hernandez with a very clutch double, an RBI double. Robinson gets an RBI triple. Chisholm, Hawkins, and Blade with the other RBIs for the team. Boucher sees his ERA go to 2.11 on the season. He pitched 5 very good innings of 1-run ball. And for them, Brown, no earned runs, 6 2/3. He only had 2 strikeouts on the day, but his ERA goes down to 2.26. So, continuing on with some more simulation, trying to get to the point where we're going to be at All-Star Week by the end of this video, so let's see what we can do here. Brady Singer gets picked up by the Oakland A's for a few prospects. So the Royals making a very typical Royal deal here, giving away somebody who's about to make some money for a bunch of kids. So that's the deal for them. We continue moving on. Riley Green going to be out 1 to 2 months, and that is a big loss for our Jumbo Shrimp. He was playing really, really well for them. Here we have a 3-3 game against the Washington Nationals that we will be jumping into. Alex Colome on the mound against Jake Cronenworth, who actually grounded out before John Birdie sends one packing to left center field. His 7th homer of the season. A 400-footer for a guy who's not even known as a power hitter, but he comes through in the clutch to win it for the Marlins in walk-off fashion. They are waiting at the plate for John Birdie. Look at this. Fadeaway jumper is good. Let's get it. Miami Marlins get a big win at home against the rival Nationals there with that 2-run jack. 5-3 win. Garrett Crochet picks up the win. John Birdie gets player of the game for that pitch hit homer. He was 1 for 1 with a homer and 2 ribbies. Alex Colome ends up getting saddled with the loss. So now playing against the Colorado Rockies, we lose the first 2 games of that set, in danger of getting swept. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We had a 2-0 lead, and that is how the game would end, 2-0. No need to jump in. Xander Bogaerts gets traded from the Red Sox to the Brew Crew. This is a very interesting trade because I don't think the Brewers are really getting much back here. Cabrian Hayes, there you go, typical Pirates trading away one of their young stars. They're going to bring in Brett Beatty and Sean Reed Foley. I don't know if that's enough for Cabrian Hayes, but that's the deal that was made there. We're on a tiny little winning streak now, winning that 3rd game to avoid the sweep against the Rockies. We beat Pittsburgh in the first game of the set, and then look at this, a 16-1 ball game. They wanted us to jump in for I don't know why. But we're going to take a look at this box score. Baez, Anderson, and Seager all with bombs. Unbelievable. 16-1. What a big win. Then we beat Pittsburgh 2-1, and we 4-game sweep them with an 8-2 win in the final game of the set. So looking at stats, Conforto very underwhelming this year. Only 13 homers from him. Bobby Bradley with 15. The only other full-time starter with, under like 17 homers. Going, Max Myers got a 2.36 ERA, so it's blowing up a little bit more. Now we have Alexis Sanchez pitching really, really well in the pen. He might be able to replace somebody who's not pitching well, or we just make a big-time trade. Who knows what's going to end up happening after this All-Star break and at the trade deadline. Good to see Brandon Hernandez playing well. We might have to try to get him some more at-bats. I might have already said that in this series, but we definitely have got him. Try to make some moves. The problem is that the computer loves changing things that you've changed into what they want it to be. So it gets to be a little annoying sometimes, and that's part of the problem with MLB franchise. Like I said, there's no franchise mode in sports gaming that is completely perfect. So that's just kind of what we're going to deal with, and We got to see what the computer wants to do, and unfortunately what they want to do is probably going to go more often than not, just because I'm not going to micromanage the minor leagues, because it's not all that much worth it for me to do. We are trying to win a World Series here. We would like to win some minor league championships as well. That's a thing to be proud of, but again, I just don't have the time to go crazy heavily into everything. Max Meyer's pitching really, really well, though. Enough to make the All-Star team? I don't know. We're looking at the All-Star votes here. You let me know who you think deserves to be an All-Star based on these lists, the stats, and whatnot. We'll see who ends up being an All-Star. I think Michael Conforto definitely got snubbed last year. Somebody said Javi Baez did as well. So let's see who gets snubbed this season. Javi Baez is 4th on the list at shortstop. Don't know if that's fair or not. There's Eloy Jimenez. He's down there like 6th or 7th. Center field, Trout is in 3rd for center fielder. I don't know if that's completely fair either. We'll see. You guys can let me know in the comments section. Conforto's way down there at right field. We'll even look at AAA here, see what we have to offer in the All-Stars here. Nicholas Boucher probably might make it if they take 5 starters like they should. Michael McHugh, there you go, a user prospect. Looks like he's definitely making the All-Star game. There's Franskelio Hobravovic. He will be making it as well. I know that's one of y'all out there as well. Let me know in the comments section how all your players are doing, if any of your players are making the All-Star teams. So continue looking. There's Ryan Baker. I know that's one as well. Geno Schultz, remember, very high draft pick for the Pirates. He's doing pretty well. I'm surprised Bobby Robinson's doing as well as he is, considering he's only a C potential man. But we've got Jazz Chisholm doing pretty well at shortstop. Don't think he's going to make it, but he might be like the 1st or 2nd shortstop out. Richie Hawkins might actually make it as a bench player. I'm hoping he will, at very, very least. J.J. Bleday, I think he's going to finish just outside of it, but with a 3.04 average, is that really fair? I don't really know. We're looking at Double-A now to see how that's going. Hey, Richie McGowan's brother Ray is going to make the Double-A All-Star game. That's kind of funny. But we take a look. Carlos Guzman might be the Double-A All-Star starter. So that is our guy right there. He's 6-0 on the season. Didn't even realize he was doing all that well. Y'all didn't let me know that in the comments. 2.23 ERA, so he's doing very, very well. Joe Hagan, 3rd at closer. I don't think he's going to make it. Del Villar, another one of our closers. He's down at 5th. I don't think they're going to make it to the All-Star team, though. Peter Welch and Grant Levine are number 1 and 2 at first base. We might have the starter and the backup at first base. Isan Diaz, for you Isan Diaz's fans, he's going to make it to the All-Star game. Devin Hairston should be the backup, at least at shortstop in this one. Klink is a little far down. Everson Pereira's just a tiny bit too far down at center. And Xavier Marchant should make it at right field. So we have some guys. Potentially the Double-A team looks very much like it's our team, to be honest with you. The Marlins are a half a game on top of the Mets, both winning 53 games thus far. We're just 1 game in front of them in the loss column. The Reds are leading the Central at 47 and 40 by 3 games. The Dodgers have won 63 already. Giants are 14 games back, and they would be giving us a run for our money in the East at 50 wins. So Nationals, Padres are a couple of games out apiece as we go into this pennant race pretty soon. Orioles are tied for the lead in the East now with the Rays, so that should be a good race. White Sox 9.5 up on the Twins, and the Astros are 4 up on the A's. Orioles and Rays both tied for the top wild card as well, so one will win the East. The other one would likely get a wild card if they could hold those positions. Jumbo Shrimp 9 games back, probably not going to happen for them this year in AAA. And the Blue Wahoos are 3 games back in the first half of AA, so not too bad there. We are heading into a series against the Toronto Blue Jays, who actually have our flip record, 33 and 55. We are 53 and 33. It's kind of weird. It's a little weird. just a lot of 3s and a lot of 5s. But Pablo Lopez will be going up against Robbie Ray. We will likely jump into that game at the start of next episode and then jump into the All-Star break and then maybe do some critical situations after the All-Star break. So you should be excited for that. If you are, make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content in all sports, which is exactly what we do here. Make sure you join the Discord, become part of the FG Fam community. That link is in the description below, as is the link to my Twitch channel. Make sure you join that as well. Come see me live playing some other games and sports games and all kinds of stuff. We just like to vibe, have a good time. So if you want to do that, make sure you go over there, drop a follow, and say hello sometime. All my socials handles are down all the way at the bottom portion of the description. You can see my TikTok, my Instagram, my Twitter, all of that if you want to come follow. Appreciate you guys, and if you want to see some more franchise, make sure you click right here to see some more franchise.
I feel you back somehow.